Hello, this is Catherine Clement in Boulder, Colorado, and this is our weekly wellness Zoom. So normally, well, actually, a few sessions ago, this happens, we do these every Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern. Several sessions ago, a friend of mine joined me, a business associate actually, and a friend, Amber Rose, and she is such an amazing, and wonderful healer and practitioner herself, and using different modalities that she just has sort of been here with me since, and become like a co-host on this. And so she's not here today because of the holidays, but that's fine. And I was thinking who to invite on here, and it just felt good to, instead of inviting somebody on and taking them away from their holiday plans or preparing for holidays or whatever, so close to Christmas, it just felt good to me to give you all a gift from me and my heart and God, and do some free energy healing work here today. So I am a sacred activation master, actually mastering the masters practitioner. So it's even, it's the highest one you can get in this modality. And but my journey with energy started a long, long time ago. And I actually, as a child, I can see energy patterns. And so as a child, I saw things that other people didn't see. And I felt a connection with plants and animals. And if I found one that was injured or hurt, I just knew that if I held my hands, like around it or on the spot or whatever, that there was some healing taking place there. Of course, I didn't understand it. I was a very young child when this was going on. I also saw spirits. Not all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And by the way, if you're out there and you are being bombarded with images or with spirits, if you're comfortable with it, you can ask them what they need, and see how you can help them. Maybe they need a way to cross or something. But if you're uncomfortable with it, just ask your own guides and angels to not let any of that get through to you, because sometimes people are just too frightened of it. But back to what I was talking about before, as a young child, I didn't realize that other people did not see spirits. So if I saw one, I didn't realize that everybody else in the room didn't see it as well. I didn't realize that people, everybody else, like I used to have these dreams, but I would wake up and I wasn't really dreaming, so it wasn't really a dream, if that makes any sense. My life has been very, very strange, and I don't understand a lot of it, and I'm okay with that, actually. I have studied a lot of modalities, and I don't know that I understand it anymore now. As far as, I have a lot of theory and modalities and study and all these things that I can talk about. But as far as just that innate connection that I had as a child, I just knew that it worked. And I'm still kind of the same way. I just know that it works. So as I was getting a little older, I remember being in grade school, and I had a friend named Tracy, and I wish I could remember her last name. Of course, she's probably married now, and I would so love to connect with her, because as young girls, grade school, so I don't know how old we were, less than 9 years old, because I moved away from Florida, Clearwater, Florida, when I was 9. So it had to be before that. But her name was Tracy. She was one of my best friends, my best friend, actually, not one of them. And we were like completely telepathic with each other, to the point where, like, we would both show up at a third party place at the same time. That telepathic. I mean, it was quite remarkable. And then as a child, I don't know why, but I was just very interested in, as I started realizing that other people didn't see the same things or experience the same things. I started to tell you, I would be dreaming and a spirit would come to me in just human form, like my Uncle Tom or whatever, and say that they were ready to go, they were ready to pass. And then I would like wake up and I would hold their hand, and it was like I was helping them somehow. And then I would wake up my grandmother and I would say, Grandma, Uncle Tom just died, and then the phone would ring. So my life was just a little different. Now I'm going to back up a little bit because I kind of jumped to grade school. But when I was in my twos, about 2.5 or so, I guess, I actually climbed, I pulled a chair over to the counter, got on the count, climbed on the chair, climbed on the counter, opened the cabinet, climbed up the shelves like a little monkey, and got this bottle of Drano. Now there was plenty of things to drink. I could have gone to the refrigerator or the sink. I don't know why. I don't remember that. I don't know why I did all that to get to the Drano. I remember starting to drink it, and it was burning my lips, and I spit, and thank God I didn't swallow it. But it was burning my lips, and so I remember wiping it, like this, and wiping it like this, and it ate a hole in my cheek, like it just ate a hole through it, and here in my chest as well. And there's actually scars there you can't see because I have so much light coming in, but the scar goes like clear up to my eye. I was really, really, really blessed that I didn't lose my eye there, or even my right lung because of the place on my chest. But so don't have Drano in your house at all unless it is under lock. Be very, very careful about that. But when that happened and the burning, I remember I popped out of my body. Like it hurt, and I escaped from my body, like my spirit lifted up. I remember seeing my little self running back to the bedroom. I didn't dare cry out loud because I knew I had done something I wasn't supposed to. And it was bad, whatever it was, and it hurt, but my uncle was babysitting me, and he'd fallen asleep, and I was not going to cry and wake him up. So very silently, I run to my bedroom and climb into bed and silently cry myself to sleep. Well, when my grandma came home very, very in the middle of the night, because she worked at a restaurant, and when the restaurant closes, you have to clean the kitchen and, the dining area and do the books and all that stuff. So she came home, rolled me over, went to kiss me goodnight, and here half my face is gone. So it was a lot of time at the ER, and I don't know what they did, some liquid skin kind of, I don't know. That's a whole nother story. The point of it was I came out of my body, and I knew that I could at that point. Like I knew that I came out at night because I could remember then where I went at night. I don't remember that anymore right now, but I think I just got tired of remembering where I go all the time. But that was the thing. Like I knew that there was a lot more to this world, because not only could I see spirits and communicate with them, but I myself could be spirit by the ability to pop out of my body. So I became somewhat rebellious, actually, in school. I felt like everybody was lying to me about reality. Like my reality was so different. I just felt like everybody was lying to me about reality. And I had this way of feeling if they were lying to me, or like I'm an empath, so I could feel things in my body when people weren't being sincere. I could feel it in my body when people were, like smiling, but like fake smiling, even if they were good at it. Like I could feel what their emotion was underneath. So that was complicating things too. So anyway, I became a bit rebellious at school, quite rebellious at school, I will say. Although my grandma raised me, and they were just badasses. Like that whole family, she had 10 brothers and a sister, and every one of them, like my grandmother, she just pick up a guy from front of his shirt and put him through a plate glass window. I mean, big German woman. Didn't like Indians and got stuck raising me, which was, she loved me though. Grandma loved me. She might have hated all the other Indians, but she loved me. But anyway, she, grandma's mom, my great grandmother, was psychic, and I guess she did readings for people. So I don't know if that's where I got it from or what happened. I don't consider myself psychic. I don't. Well, I have been able to predict a few things, but that's not my strength. Like I am an empath, and I do have the ability to channel a lot of energy without short circuiting, which is, I guess, from doing it my whole life. I don't know, but energy is very. It can be very different feeling, the different modalities. If you study like qigong, qigong is the same thing as Reiki in a way, but totally different all at the same time. And it's different ways of learning to work with this energy that basically we are. And so here I was, I knew I could pop out of my body. My grandmother, God bless her soul, she, I was freaking her out a lot. So she like kept sending me, we lived in this neighborhood where these church buses would come by. So any church bus that came by that would stop and pick me up, she sent me, because like I was just this little heathen. And so what I heard at these churches, it's interesting to be an empath in a church and to pick up on all those different energies in there. And in churches, at least the churches I was being sent to, there was a lot of fear. It was a lot of hell and brimstone kind of stuff going on, and the energy was very heavy in a place in the house of God, and so I was picking up on these mixed signals, and also picking up on, the preacher, and there was truth there. I could feel that there was truth there, but then there was also like this really warped kind of power play thing going on. I don't know. There was a lot of shame, and shame is it's a really, really low vibration. Like if you learn to feel energetically these emotions, shame is like close to death, literally. So shame is one of those things that, if you have shame over anything, and maybe that's one of the activations that will come through today, release that, because it is so energetically heavy and dense. It's a really low vibration. So anyway, getting to grade school and being telepathic with Tracy was amazing. And then we would practice things like telekinesis. We would spin things around, and with our minds, it was very scary. It was like fun, but it was scary all at the same time, because we didn't know anybody else that could do those things. So then as I got up a little older, in my teen years, I actually witnessed a man, I was going to say gentleman, a man that literally closed off this other guy's airway from across the room with like his mind. And I saw this guy like just drop to his knees, and I was like, holy shit. If that is what this telekinetic power is about, I don't want anything to do with it. So I kind of shut everything down completely for many, many years. It wasn't, things still came through, but it wasn't something that I embraced about myself at all. And then, of course, as I got into I was a young mother, 2 children. They were starving. I became a nurse, and I was working with babies in intensive care. This is in my very young 20s that I'm doing this. And I started doing energy work with those babies because, for one thing, they're very, very open. Babies are like they're like me. They're sort of like half in and half out of this world. That's kind of how I've felt my whole life. Like I've got 1 foot in and 1 foot in another dimension, or many dimensions all at the same time. I have had the experience of trilocation, and people speak about bilocation, but I've actually experienced trilocation, and I believe that we are actually in many dimensions at once. But how many of them are you aware of at once is the thing. So I don't want to go so woo-woo that you guys don't stick around, because this energy work comes from God. It's very difficult to explain it. You may or may not feel it. If you're somebody that feels energy, you're going to be very, very happy, because this is very strong energy, and it's amazing energy to work with. And yeah, they're ready too. They're like, okay, quit talking. So today, since it's almost Christmas, we'll see. I'm just going to ask the guides to, tell me what needs to be brought in. I'm already feeling, they want to address any sadness, holiday sadness, especially people who have lost people close to them right at the holiday season. There's tremendous grief that comes from that, so I can feel that we're going to be addressing that. Now, as I started working with the babies and really seeing results, and again, this wasn't any specific modality that I had studied. This was just my own this flow of energy that I've had my whole life. And so, but I thought, wow, so this stuff really does work. I do need to learn all these modalities. So I have studied quite a few, but I have to say that original, whatever I do, that original channeling is the best. Until I found, or accept and equal to, I found a modality called sacred activations. And my friend Tamara Oviatt is the founder of it. And basically God gave her these they're activations, but a lot of them are deactivations, because they actually remove things like shame, or some of these there's hundreds of activations, so a lot of things in the human condition, so to speak, that they energetically go in and wipe things away that may be stuck energy in the body or in your energy field, and it could be it could come through genetics, it could come through your culture, it could come through your race. There's a collective consciousness of things that you can also experience, and it clears on the collective consciousness level, which is huge. It is very strong, and so we definitely recommend that you do not drive while you're listening to this. Just wait until you have time to lay down at home and relax. And this is not a guided meditation. Sacred activations are not guided meditations. They're simply a channeling of energy. And honestly, I have not even really thought about, which activations to do today. I'm just going to ask my guides to tell me, because sometimes they give me like I'll see something, sometimes I'll hear music, sometimes I'll just hear them tell me which activation. So I just listen to them. And the funny thing about sacred activations is that if I ask for one and it's not appropriate for the person or the group or whatever, like they won't let it run. So it's great work. If you're into energy work, you should definitely check it out, sacredactivations.com. And I also have a blog, a webpage, livedreambelieve.me, and I have a sacred activation page there that there's a lot of free activations there. So please go there and make use. I will probably repeat some of the ones that are there actually here today, but we'll see what they bring through. So this energy work, many people may watch this and say, wow, we didn't even know you did this, because we just know you from this business that you do, or, from being a nurse or whatever. But this is like what I was born to do, obviously, because it's something I've been doing since birth. This is what comes naturally to me. And I have to be careful and not get out of balance and do, too focused on work and leave this part of my life out, because this is a huge part of my life. And so it is my pleasure and honor today to channel this energy for you. And the guides will just, tell us what we're going to do. And so it's not a guided meditation. It is, I will just tell you, I'll just, since they're not going to tell me what they are in a list or anything, they'll just add them in as we go. So, if they're telling me what it is, I'll let you know. If not, it's okay. They will give me whatever needs to be run today for the planet, for the people that come to listen to this replay. And it's all good. Whatever runs today, it's all good. Just put it on when you can relax and enjoy it. So if they tell me what it is, if they give me an image and tell me to share it, I may do some speaking, but primarily I'm silent during these sacred activations. And hopefully they won't stack in too many, because I am able to channel a lot of energy. Sometimes they bring through a lot. So it might turn into like some superpower session, but hopefully not, because we don't want to overwhelm people right before they're with their families at the holidays. And sometimes this energy work is known to shift people very quickly, which can get a little bit rocky. So we're just going to ask for ease and grace today, and that no one is freaking out on their family over the next few days. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to drink a little bit of water here, and we'll start with just a few good breaths, and then we'll see what happens. So go ahead and get a drink of water. If you need to get up and go to the restroom or something, I'll be patient here for a minute. You might want a blanket. This energy can be very cold sometimes, vortex energy. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Ooh, they're here. I can already feel. If you feel energy in your body, you're probably going to feel this. So just relax. And let's take a few deep breaths. And now we're just going to ask my guides what needs to run today for the best of everyone and the planet, please. Mother Mary. Okay. No, not Mother Mary. Mary Magdalene. Sorry. They're being very specific about that. And Kuan Yin. So they're bringing in a lot of comfort right now. A lot of unconditional love for the planet and for those who are feeling grief around these holidays. Compassion. Total acceptance. Forgiveness. Transforming that grief into just unconditional loving memories, good memories, releasing the anger associated with any deaths. A soul always comes and goes when it's supposed to. As much as it hurts, we must realize that each soul is on their own journey, and we have no idea if they're meant to be here for moments, days, years, decades. We don't know when the Lord God is going to bring them home, and we just remember them. You're bringing in a whole group of family activations, releasing any past trauma, karma, things with family, so that when you get together, you can spend time in love and not arguing or feeling any stress, remember you can always step away and step back into this, pull this energy back in anytime you want to. Boy, that is flowing so strong right now, you guys. Just full body on chills. Not even chills, but just like kind of. It's very strong. So remember, you can pull these activations back in anytime. Get back into this space of peace. Moving past family trauma through cultures, through generations, through genetics, across your entire timeline, through all incarnations that have been, are, or will be, including the collective consciousness. Always amazes me how strong this energy is. They're bringing in PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So any of these bad memories, thank you. I just got confirmation on my phone there. Any bad memories that you have around these holidays that are causing you to feel this grief or guilt or sadness, if it is due to an accident that has happened or something traumatic where you're feeling responsible. If there's trauma associated with that, you can actually have post-traumatic stress disorder. So let's just work through that energy now. Oh, interesting. So they're bringing in total body connection. I'm getting that it's so you can be in clear communication with your body, your feelings, your emotions as you go through these holidays, gathering around other people, and that you can be aware and mindful of what is healthy for your body and what feels good energetically to your body, even if it's not considered healthy maybe, but if you're getting the quote okay sign to go ahead and splurge a little bit, but just check in with your body before you eat things or drink things and check it out, make sure that it's feeling good. for you to do that. And if you're getting the no, then respect your body's wishes. It's a wonderful tool. It will communicate with you if you ask it to. Total body connection, please. Remembering that our body signals us when we are feeling stressed around family members or certain people, and so be mindful of the tension that you might feel in your body, and do some breathing, come back to this space and just release that from your body rather than piling on the trauma through the holidays. Christ consciousness. So, of course, bringing in unconditional love in this season, because that is truly what the season is about. There are so many cultures and so many religions and so many beliefs that are different but the same. So let us just bring that unconditional love of Christ, that heaven on earth, that peace to all beings, including our Mother Earth, plant, animal, fowl, fish, whatever. And just remembering that you are love. We are love. Oh, and they're going to go ahead and I think this is geared more towards possibly coming up on the new year and making resolutions, but they're bringing in fear of your own power. Maybe they're also wanting you to express, to use your voice, to communicate with your loved ones. This this holiday season and express your love for them. And maybe just forgive and put aside any past hurts and start fresh and new. And step forward into this new year in a heartfelt space of love and gratitude. Because we never know when someone will be ripped from our arms. So please cherish every moment and don't waste time with bickering and dis-ease. There's so many wonderful things in this world to share with one another. Oh, they're bringing in Vortex of Abundance. And this is not just about money or material things. So yes, maybe you'll get some wonderful gifts. But abundance encompasses so much more than finance. Nothing against finance. We love, let's go ahead and throw some money in here. It's perfectly fine to have lots of money because lots of money can help many, many people. So just being grateful for the abundance of family, of friends, even if they're chosen as opposed to what you were born into, and also um, the just the abundance of love and fellowship and the abundance of feeling that connection with other people all around. Feeling that abundance of peace and joy. Knowing that everything happens as it is meant to happen, and sometimes these things are so painful you can't even hear those words sometimes, but and down the road things make better sense, and we just have to have faith that God is in control of these things. And although we help co-create and we are of God and in God's image, and um, we still there is a divine plan in effect here, and we do have to have faith and just go with the flow sometimes, and just even if it's moment by moment asking for God to just please um, be with us and support us through whatever pain we're experiencing, and help us to um, receive some comfort from the discomfort that we feel, and just bringing in that unconditional love. Kuan Yin is back in. She really wants you to feel that love and compassion for your fellow man, animals, creatures, Mother Earth. Just taking that through the collective consciousness. Feeling that love, feeling those arms wrap around you, comforting you, erasing the sorrow, or at least supporting you through it. You are enough. They're bringing in you are enough. You are such an amazing being if you only knew how much you are loved. And how many angels gather around you when you are feeling unloved. And God understands that you get angry. God gave us these emotions. So don't be afraid to speak from a place of integrity, from how you're really feeling, and admit to how you're feeling so that you can ask God to see you through that. The world brings these things to us, and God sees us through them. We ask that all these activations just stay with us and resonate with us until we have complete healing from them. But we ask that they come through with ease and grace so that we do not get thrown off balance into a place of confusion during these holiday times. Ease and grace, and just help us all gather with our family and friends, whether it be in person, on the telephone, or the computer, or just in spirit and energy alone. Let us all hold that love, that Christ consciousness, that compassion in our hearts always for everyone on the planet, especially for those that do horrendous things. We do not understand why some things happen. So all we can ask for is grace. We ask for grace. Ask if there's any other needs that need to come through now. Okay, I'm going to just run some sacred energies now for things that people are feeling that they really need help with right now. You can just voice what your need is, and I will just run the sacred energies, and God will see that your prayers are heard and answered, okay? Whatever it is that you need. Many people are feeling lonely. Okay. You want to connect with a soulmate, a kindred spirit. you can start asking for what you want. The universe, God, um, will answer prayers if you ask. You have not because you ask not. So ask for what you want. And you can make it very specific, or you can give God a little room. I have found myself that uh, God's plan is always way better than mine. So you can ask for that, and you can just go ahead and start speaking to your beloved every day and praying, not praying for your beloved, not necessarily like for them to show up right now. I mean, you can, but praying for them, for their well-being, that they are moving through whatever life path they need to get to before the timing will be appropriate, and you as well need to get through whatever learning and lessons you need to before the two of you can merge as one. You are already one, but you will come back together and merge as one again. But the timing has to be right. So we just can start praying for that beloved and speaking to that beloved, setting a table setting for that beloved, making love to that beloved, and they will show up. And the best part is, if you're interacting with your beloved on a daily basis, even if on a spirit level, you feel that heart centered, that joy, that love, that support, that everything that you would feel if they were there with you in person. You feel that in your being, and it is that vibration then that allows them to come to you. And remembering that there's someone for everyone. All of us have our own challenges and requirements, and but there is someone for everyone. You are not sent here to be alone. We are all one, and we will connect with each other when the timing is uh, within God's plan. But you can prepare for everything that you want in your life. You can see it, feel it, smell it. You can reach out and touch it in your mind's eye. You can reach out in your mind's eye and you can smell whatever it is that you desire to bring into your life. If you match that vibration, it will appear. Maybe not always in the way that you expected, but always in a way better than expected. Okay. Is there anything else? This has been a lot of activations. I haven't been writing them down, so I don't want to overload people here, you guys. Okay. Okay. There, one more, you guys, I think. Removing contracts, uh, spells, hexes, blood oaths, vows, contracts, release, ultimate release of all of those things now, through all your entire timeline, throughout all incarnations before now. and in the future, because it's really all sort of at once. And releasing all of that from the collective consciousness. And so now we've got a lot of space because we've cleared out a lot of things. So let's just fill that space with some more of that unconditional love, that uh, that vortex of abundance. Let's just fill all of those spaces, knowing that all of these blessings are coming to us. They're already here. They just haven't surfaced the outer reality yet. Filling those spaces with peace and love, joy, gratitude. Recognizing every blessing, especially those blessings that come from the hard times and the challenging times. Those bring the biggest blessings. It is my honor and pleasure to be able to channel this energy for you. I'm going to ask you to now imagine yourself on a beach. You feel the warmth of the sand just rising up through your back. You're laying on a towel on the beach. You can hear the ocean waves coming in and out. You can feel the sun shining down on you from above and warming you. You hear the sounds of children playing and giggling. I just want you to get grounded here. I want you to come back from wherever you may have gone during this time. If you fell asleep, it's okay. That's why we ask that you do not drive while you're listening. So you're on the beach, you can hear the waves, you can feel the sun, you can smell the salt water, you can hear the children giggling. You can feel the wind coming in off the water. Cool your body as the heat of the sun bears down on you. And just feel Mother Earth's love for you and her support. She's so abundant, plenty of abundance for everyone here on this planet. If you don't like the beach, maybe you want to imagine yourself to be a tree and your feet, you see roots sprout off of your feet and just reach down, way deep, deep down into Mother Earth. And just feel like grounding, feel that how solid that feels. And we're trying to get you back in your bodies here. Good. Okay, now I want you to come back up into your body. It may feel like millions of little champagne bubbles sparkling as you come back up into your body. Take some good deep breaths in and out through your nose. And when you're ready, open your eyes. You'll want to drink some water. I'm sure you're probably very thirsty at this point. So you'll want to drink some water. And not only should you not drive during the activation, but you should not drive right after the activations either, because you can be sort of multi-dimensional for a while. So just take some time, maybe put some music on, dance, really get back in your body a little bit. And I just hope that these activations help you. They were sent by God. So may you find all of the love and peace and joy that is meant for you to feel here on earth. Don't think you have to wait to leave this body and go to heaven to feel that, because you can feel it right here. And we really want to, our mission here is to bring that unconditional love to earth and to show it to those all around the world so that we can have peace. Deep down, we all want the same things. And so do your part by holding that vibration of peace and joy in your heart, and love and forgiveness and gratitude. And we will see that. We are seeing it happen. So people are waking up all around the globe. So thank you so much for your time. And please accept this gift. Listen to it over and over. Pull yourself back into this peaceful energy when you need to. And just remember, you are so very loved. Namaste. A wonderful, wonderful holiday with your family, whatever you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. There's a lot of them, but celebrate the love, all right? See you guys next time.